What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage. And well, it looks like we're having a 426 revival. Let's talk about it. What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage. And first things first, I want to thank everybody for jumping in on our latest giveaway. I'm actually on my way to go look at the next giveaway car that we're going to do. And I think we're going to start this one around the middle of the month, so that, you know, when it'll end around the middle of the next month, and then we can do that announcement on the first of that following month to try to get it back on a normal or regular schedule. That's what I'm thinking. We'll see. But I want to and for those asking about when we're going to do the drawing and or pull, that'll happen on the 15th of this month. We will pull the winners of, you know, first place, second place, third place. So stay tuned for that. And if you're not there to get to the live stream, as we did last month, it will be posted in the community section or the post section on the channel. So anyways, 426 revival. Now, a lot of people are saying the 426 was never going to come back. They're never going to use it because of the issues when it comes to CAFE standards, emissions, and all this other crap. Not true. Actually, right now, there are 4 different products from the different brands of Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram that are looking at, this is in the design phase, or the, how can we integrate this with the current architecture, I guess, that they're using, to put the 426 in. And in fact, there is at least one vehicle that is less than a week away, from what I'm being told, from going to certification. And I'm willing to bet that vehicle is probably a Ram. That first one's probably a Ram. That's my guess. Now, why is this important? Well, you know, Butter the Insider has been saying the same thing, and we're just laughing, talking about, you know, the Hellcat era, that 2015 to 2023 era, that 8-year span of horsepower, may be a joke compared to what could be possibly coming from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. I mean, a 426 powered street truck. Now, I have a separate video on what Ram dropped today as like a teaser in their on their Instagram. We'll talk about that. But it will be very interesting to see Ram drop, you know, a 426 powered street truck. Be definitely interested to see a Charger Demon getting dropped, or maybe it's the HEMI CUDA, or, I mean, I don't know if it would be the Demon CUDA. I don't know what they would do, but whatever it is, we know for a fact, and this is why you see all of these longtime insiders that have had Dodge vehicles selling their Demon 170s, because there's another Demon coming. And I'm willing to bet this time, unlike the 170, it will be 426 powered. Look, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram are not going to be keeping the status quo. That said, not saying that the status quo was bad. Look, the Hellcat engines and getting up to 1,000 horsepower out of that Demon 170 engine, the alcohol-infused monstrosity that was, still a great engine, great car, right? And I know you're going to say, well, TK, don't you shit on it for blowing up? Yes, they had some quality issues. And I saw Antonio Filosa talk about that. I'll talk about that in a separate video. You know, being, you know, with the almost $2.7 billion loss that they had in the first half of the year, they also came up bad on some quality forums in terms of reliability and quality. Now, I've had these conversations, you know, I had a conversation with a few of the executives at Roadkill talking about, you know, I'll put it like this, and I'm not saying Tim is political or anything like that. But Tim's a nice guy, even though I know he doesn't. I'm going to say this. Tim didn't say this. Even though I know he's probably not a Carlos Tavares fan, he still didn't disparage the guy. And that just goes to Tim Kuniskis' character. Because I would have been like, fuck that guy. He can eat all the dicks. Like, personally, all right? But Tavares went so hard and getting these suppliers to supply, we need the price lower. We need cheaper parts. We need cheaper parts. To the point where the quality is shit in these parts. And now, Tim and Matt and Bob and Christine ain't even building shit. But at least these executives are able to get back with Antonio Filosa and say, hey, look, we might have to pay a little bit more for some of these parts and get better quality stuff. And I think that's going to happen. I'm going to talk about that in a separate video, so stay tuned for that. But 426s, are you excited about it? I am. And getting some of the information that I got this week, just talking about, the internal rumblings in the company of the SRT division that's coming. They said the baddest cars, the baddest, vehicles on the planet. Facts. They're coming. The baddest frigging vehicles on the planet are coming. And if you want to see it, or if you want to see them, stay tuned. And I think these 426 powered cars, and it's crazy because it's not like the 6.2 is going away. It's just the fact that they're going to have so many power plant options. For you to be able to go from that 6.2, regular Hellcat engine up to that 426 is just, oh my God. It's insane. Now, I already know what you're going to say. Is this why the Durango Hellcat is starting at $80,000? Did they lower the price on the original Hellcat engines because these 426s, you already know. I can tell you right now. Yes, is it still going to be, quote unquote, affordable for what it is? It's going to be a vehicle that people aspire to want to get. I'm willing to bet money that every single one of these 426 powered vehicles are going to be $120,000 MSRP. No doubt in my mind. Now, that said, it means that the Hellcat powered stuff is going to be where it should be. Because I remember pre-COVID, you could get a Hellcat Challenger for $74,000, somewhere around there, right? So does that mean we'll see a price drop on the inline six Chargers? Yep, I think we're going to see that. And I think we end up seeing a real deal in terms of, if they bring the Hellcat engine here in 2027 to the Charger, right? Not just the 5.7 HEMI, but the Hellcat engine. I think you see that car somewhere around the same price as what you see the Durango at around $79,000. And at that point, I know you're going to say it's still an $80,000 car, but they've always been expensive cars, right? I think in 15, what were they? 58,000, but I don't, for like a base food stamp interior Challenger, something like that, you're not going to get that car for that price, though. Let's just be honest, right? Now, but it does instill hope for me that the company is going to turn it around, because if you start, and if they make it lower, I already know Tim's like, you motherfucker, if they make the price lower, if you can get a Hellcat at $75,000 or less in all of the new body styles and stuff that are coming, I almost feel like that's a deal. Considering pricing across all brands everywhere in the United States, not even just Dodge, Chevy, Ford, General Motors, Ford, Stellantis, even the, Japanese companies. I was looking, the sticker, I was bitching about the price on the new M5, which that thing's a pig. I won't buy another BMW like that, I don't think. And, but I looked at the original window sticker on this car, which I have in my glove box. And the original window sticker on this car was $131,000. So seeing the new ones selling for like $129, that's what you can get. Now this is a competition package, so it's a little bit more. The exhaust, I think, added $8 grand. So maybe this car was literally around like 105 before all the extra stupid options that this thing has. But to see, you know, a new BMW M5, and this is, you know, a 2016, to see a car 8 years later and the price is around the same, I want to see Dodge get back to that. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying we're going to get $30,000 Hellcats. It's never going to happen. But I think we could get some really good deals and some solid wins in the near future. So for you guys that have been clamoring for 426 this, 426 that, it's coming. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And as always, stay petty, my friends.
For the longest time. Whoa. For the longest.
Yo, Percocet, Miley Percocet, Percocet.